Good morning, my fellow micro nerds. It's Saturday morning. It's 10:30. Hopefully you're ready for some more action on the Micro Galaxy stage. I am doing something different today. I'm bringing in a guest, and we are gonna pop the cherry of unboxing with a special guest today. So I'm looking forward to this. It's been quite funny. This is episode 6, and I've had a few people say, "Son of a bitch," show me pictures of the Micro Galaxies that they're buying out there. I can't blame them. These things are cool. So yeah, I'm gonna tempt somebody into unboxing, breaking that value. The resale value is going to be gone. But anyway, happy Saturday. Good morning to all. It's been a fast week this week. I was away last week. Apologies for not being around to entertain you with an unboxing, but I took a trip to Vancouver to see some dear friends get married and then catch up with a lot of my Vancouver family. So it was fun. It was a ton of fun. Way too quick, but a ton of fun. So today, as you would have seen on the bullet, I'm going to be unboxing a only found at Target special, which is the General Grievous Final Battle Pack with Obi-Wan's ship as well as his. So that one's going to be fun. And then who knows what our virgin to unboxing is going to be unboxing. That'll be a surprise, and we'll leave it up to them. First of all, though, let's look at this coffee mug. Today I'm in Endor, and I don't think I've been to Endor yet. I'm going to run out of mugs soon. I need to get some more, but this is my Endor mug from the Adventure Effect with the bunker. And as usual, it's full of slightly spiked coffee. Oh, that was a little bit too spiked, but there you go. I'll enjoy it, and hopefully you guys will as a result. All right, who we got in here? As always, Troll. Good morning. I saw you in as soon as I posted. Pleasure to have you on board. Happy to have you here this morning. Good morning. It's okay. It's not you today. So keep looking awful. You can hide that. That's all good. But again, thanks for joining in. Good to see you here. Wow. The creator himself, Ryan Dole, the man behind the DR44 Network, is here. Hi, Ryan. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining. Oh, Andrew. Good morning, Andrew. And happy anniversary, my friend. You did? You picked me up an extra. If you're not joking, I'm kind of happy about that, because if you did, I want to destroy one, and I want to set up that little image of Asaja's ship being down in the hangar with Obi-Wan and Anakin's starship beside it at some point. So if you did, thank you. I love you. That's awesome. We'll talk. But good morning to you, and thanks for joining. Anthony's here today. Anthony, the Imperial Communique. If you haven't checked out Anthony's site, go and look at the immense number of figures and ships that this guy has. It's not Micro Galaxy. It's everything to do with what we love and collect in the Star Wars world. So check out the Imperial Communique. Thanks for joining, Anthony. Good to see you on here. What's this one? Okay. All right. We'll talk about the troopers. I'm up for that. Always good to talk about troopers. All right, who else have we got coming in for a chat at this moment? I'll keep an eye on it. But I'm happy you guys are here, and I'm happy. I know people are in the background listening and watching the reruns, because Saturdays are busy. So again, hi to all of you guys, and thanks for listening. A couple of people I was talking to that say, "Oh no, I'm watching," and but that's good to know. That's good to know. Whether you're here or not, you're going to watch it at some point, and this is what the fun's about. BJ Baby's here. Hiya, BJ Baby. Good to have you on the show, watching. There could be a reason for that. You don't know. But anyway, let me get on and let me bring in my guest. This is somebody that I have known for many years, since being in Vancouver. I think he's been with me on my journey through Star Wars love in the 501st and outside of. And the fool has got into this. So without further ado, let's bring him in and let him explain who and what this is all about. Jamie Pale Rider Millman.
Hello there.
Jamie is also a co-host on Generation X podcast that we do on Thursdays, but usually see it on Saturdays when it goes out. Jamie, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. I'm really excited.
I'm glad. I'm excited to talk to you about this. It's been fun. It's been fun seeing you cave and get into this. You know?
Yeah, like the most flexible rubber arm bend ever. Yeah, between you and Paul and Ryan. Yeah, I feel like that was the easiest convince job ever.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I'm glad. I was trying to figure a way of just getting rid of this third one, but that's where all my mic is, so I'm probably not going to be able to get rid of that at this point. So we're stuck with it. Let me play around with this or not. I don't know if I can just get us two in there. That's going to look terrible.
Especially if my camera is not great. As soon as you go close up, it turns super blurry.
Okay, I'm going to keep it like this. You're good. Jamie, welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
I'm not going to ask you what you're unboxing yet. I'm going to leave that as a surprise. I'm going to have you through my journey of unboxing on here this morning. But tell everybody what got you into this.
Yeah, so I alluded to earlier, definitely you were the king enabler, I feel like. Oh yeah, as we go to, sorry, I should. It's a real challenge to hold this up and show the mug. So it's a vintage Empire Strikes Back poster coffee mug. It's super blurry. I don't know how to fix that. My camera kind of sucks.
Well, maybe fixing that is just a new camera.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely, again, another thing you're enabling me on. But yeah, I busted out the Empire mug for you.
Perfect.
I know that's your favorite Star Wars movie.
What's it full with?
It's just coffee. I would have followed suit and spiked it this morning, but I have errands to run later on, so that would.
But that makes errands more fun.
Actually, more interesting too. Yeah, I am driving, I should say, so I'm being responsible. I'm not spiking my coffee this morning.
Right.
But yeah, to your question, yeah, you're the king enabler, but Paul also. So you guys have all been extremely generous with just your help. I'm in Canada, so Jazzwares unfortunately is not great for shipping to Canada. So you've helped me get some stuff up here, and as receiving stuff. So I've got that beautiful kind of X-Wing 5-pack from the Jazzwares vault, which is amazing. That got shipped to you while you were in Japan.
In Japan, yeah. But I'm glad it got to you in the end.
And Paul gave me my first one. He's also been extremely generous with doubles and extras and that kind of stuff. So shout out to Paul.
Wow, saying that, and just to pause you for 2 seconds, we've got some latecomers in here. So
nice.
One of those latecomers is the man himself, our brother Paul, the chief enabler in all of our hearts. If it wasn't for Paul and what he does on his show, we probably wouldn't all be.
Yeah, he's the OG.
We are, you know, to show it off and have fun with it. It's he is definitely the chief when it comes to this. But such a fun journey to take with friends. And,
I love this. That's the best part, right? I think the most exciting thing for me, beyond just getting new ships, is if I'm going to a shop, I'll put a call out, be like, does anybody need anything? Is anybody looking for anything in particular? Because it's just as much fun shopping with other people's money too, right?
That is the fun. The hunt is the fun.
I love it. And it's I'll reach out to,
It's one of the things I found, especially with leaving family behind in Vancouver who are into this stuff and doing it every week and going for the toy hunt, to be in a different country and to find stuff that people can't get and be able to get it for them is just as much fun. And we saw with Andrew's comment earlier, he's like, oh, I found you one of these one. And I love that. And it's kind of a reciprocal kind of, well, I got you this and I got you this. And when we got up into Vancouver last weekend, we're kind of blabbering on a bit, but it's relevant. It was a toy exchange, you know. 100%. So I mean, Paul, like you said, he's super generous. He doesn't hesitate if you didn't get something or you haven't got something. He doesn't hesitate if you've got a spare.
No.
To do it. It has always been the case that it's Paul first and then us, because if anybody needs the collection, it's Paul. You know,
Yeah.
if he needs a week, so. But he's, you know, because he's such a gentleman and such a kind human being, he has stations all around the world almost. So I don't think he'll ever have an incomplete.
It's fun having that network, right?
It is. It is. Speaking of which, Bitter Troll, thanks for joining. Happy Saturday. Yeah, you both need to have a note of being late. D-Sertle's in the house. Daniel, how you doing? Again, I've got to get these stands into to Daniel's hands as well. I keep promising him that, but maybe things will calm down at some point and I'll focus on getting that done. But yeah, I'm going to say it every week, and then one week maybe we'll have a show of Daniel receiving and trying out some stands. That would be good. Thanks for joining us. What else have we got going in here? Who else have I missed? Oh, we got another Daniel. Daniel Irwine's joined us. Hello and good morning. Thanks for joining. And Matt Logic is joining us too. Howdy to you. Happy Saturday. Hope you've all got your coffees, by the way. Hope you've all got your coffees. Okay, back to where we were. I am going to crack on and get this open because we got, you know, several unboxings to do today. So, Jamie, I'm going to let you keep an eye on the chat.
Can do.
And let me know if there's anything that I'm missing. And wow, let's crack on. I'm going to see if I can. What am I going to do here? I want to keep us all in there as we unbox, or maybe I won't. I don't know. I don't know if I can. The main thing is the unboxing.
I've been watching from the start, and I'm going to be studying your technique closely as you go through this one.
Okay. Right, Jamie, we're not available right now, but I know everyone can hear us. Actually, you know what? Oh, how do I fill that one?
Yeah, can you get us two on the side and
how do
the
I
ship
fill
in the
that
middle?
one?
How indeed.
Why aren't we showing up? Oh,
there we go. Nice.
Let's take a sip.
I love it. Yep. Take a drink.
Wow, that's someone else's show, but we're going to have a coffee. All right. Okay, so let's crack on with this because we got lots to do and lots to talk about. I am today unboxing the General Grievous Final Battle Pack. This came out and available in Target onlys. This one is still on the shelves, people. So if this is something you like after watching this, or you're not sure if you're going to get it and then I've changed your mind because you need it, this is still on the shelves. And it could mean that it's probably going to be at discount at some point. In fact, I think it was on discount. If you're unsure about the discounts, then I'm going to say make sure you're following Micro Galaxy Squadron on Instagram or the Micro Galaxy Squadron cast, because Commander Cole is absolutely exceptional in providing us information on where to get, what to get, what's coming out. So definitely subscribe to that. It's an absolute godsend for those of us micro nerds who are into collecting this stuff. So check it out. They could be on discount somewhere if you have a Target. But again, Target special. And we've had this one before, so it's going to be interesting to see what it's like. In fact, talking of Paul, this was one I couldn't find, and Paul was able to get me the original Grievous when it came out. But this one's a rare. I haven't opened this one yet, so we'll see if I get egged on to do so for a comparison. So keep an eye on that chat, and we'll see. And I believe it's something that you've also got, right, Jamie?
Yeah, this. I grabbed the wrong one. Yeah. So this was, speaking of the chief enabler, Paul, this was my first MGS ship that I got. And it was because Paul just gave it to me. He's like, here, you like Obi-Wan, here, take this for your first one. And it's like a rare.
You see that in the movies. You see that in the movies, Jamie, where the drug dealers give you a free sample, right? Of what's in there.
It's not like Paul's making money off of it after the fact.
But he knows the joy it's going to bring you. He knows the joy it's going to bring you. Okay, let's do a quick spin around here. We got the artwork that we see on these boxes depicting certain scenes, whether they're actual scenes we see or actual scenes that has been made up. There's our Tri-Fighter, by the way, and the ship that Obi-Wan's in episode 3, which is depicted in the corner. And again, on this side, we have a not so realistic view, and that's Grievous's ship. Now, I know the ship is called the Soulless One, correct? It's listed down here as General Grievous' Starfighter, but I believe it was the Soulless One was the name of the ship. And then, because he's so chief and running away all the time, it became the Spineless One, I believe, was what they called it. But here we have the usual blueprints on the back, which, again, I've decided to collect and do something with when I get rid of the boxes, because you can't keep all the boxes, man. We got the instructions, which I'm terrible at reading. I'll probably fail miserably. Who knows? Looks like we've got some cannons. It looks like the cockpit opens up from the front. We got landing gear, and the tail seems to be manipulated as well. And then we know these ones. We've seen these ones. So a pretty standardized box. Again, we still got the artwork, which is good. Let's get in.
Yeah, the tail moving is something that you see very briefly in episode 3 after Obi-Wan has stolen Grievous' ship.
Right.
And he's landing on the tantive. You can see the tail kind of retract.
Yeah. What have we got here for background? We have a planetary background. Should you desire to save backdrops for your dioramas. At least you get one on this one, right? Save that over there.
Is that not something you get in every one of them? Is that background art?
What we've been finding on the latest versions or the latest series that have been coming out is they've done what they need to do. They spent more time on the ships, I'm guessing, and they're probably seeing that more people are opening them. I don't know. I'm not sure, but the backdrops aren't there. There's a generic, almost schematic type backdrop in a lot of the Starfighters class that we're seeing. A lot of the box sets, I think we're going to still see that, but the Starfighter ones definitely don't have the individual artwork as we've been seeing. Because some of them, if they're in the same style or the same scene, they'll have one picture which they'll blow up, and then you'll get one half on one, the other half on the other, depending on the ship that's in there. But yeah, we've been seeing a lack of the artwork on some of the standard peg hangers. Okay, so we've got the boys themselves. We've got Grievous, Obi-Wan, and R4G9, I think that says. Did everybody see that? R4G9.
Yeah, it looks right to me, man.
R4, the Copper Dome.
Now, does Obi-Wan have long hair there, or is that short hair?
That's long hair. That's long hair. Long hair, Obi-Wan. We'll review Obi-Wan as we go. Calm yourself there, Jamie.
Yes, sir.
Typical first timer. Okay, so interestingly enough, we'll get into this, but here's the ship. It does not look as cool as the one that's in the box, but here's the Grievous. We'll get into that in a second. And then a bit more of the ASMR frankly crinklies. Okay, that's the other thing. You kind of almost have to semi-destroy these things to get them out, right? Because they pull them all around. All right. I'm just going to have a look here. Oh, so in response to, I wonder if I should open it or not. Of course. The chief enabler. Open it. I think I'm going to have to. Funny story, actually, saying that. I was going through my pile yesterday, and Ali was in the room with me, and she was wanting to know about the rares and the chases and the vaults, and I was explaining to her that it's on the sticker. The rare is one of 15,000. So, it's rare at 15,000 because it's across the world. The chases are, I believe, 5,000. Which is weird because you think rare would be rare. And then you have the vault, which is actually 3,000. So all those vault boxes and stuff, there's only 3,000 of those made. So I was telling her about that. And I said, and that's obviously why the prices go up and people have been able to get away with selling them. If somebody wants it that bad, they'll pay a couple $100. And as soon as they said a couple $100, she stopped and went, well, you don't have to unbox them all. So, I don't know if I've set myself up to fail on unboxing. It's like, no, I want to. I want to unbox them because
you need to.
You can appreciate them, and I'm an idiot, I guess. But do you really buy these things to keep them, to sell them? Is that really the mentality that I have? Or am I buying them because I love the look of them and I want to get them out and see them? So it all started with, Sabine's tie, and I opened that thing up after paying, over what it's worth. But yeah, anyway, a little sidetrack story. as I try and join in with the crowd here. Jamie, you're supposed to let me know about this.
Sorry.
So Andrew's saying, yeah, the Target next to him had 6 of these. Yeah, I've seen them on the shelves along with the shuttlecraft. So I'm sure there's going to be some discounts at some point because Target clears it off. Bitter Troll's got a very good point. Toys deserve to be played with. You know, it's true. I agree. Yeah, Paul, take that and wear it with pride, my friend. No regrets. No regrets.
Yeah, zero here either.
And then Paul's obviously saying it looks like the primary colors of Grievous' ship differs from the 2-pack and the rare. I'm not a fan of the weathering on the 2. Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. And again, if I get enough pushes from the chat, I'll crack open the other one.
I mean, are you really going to be able to compare the weathering between the two if one's in the box and one isn't?
Yeah, but I could push you to open it and see if you'll stand by your... So, you know, careful what you say, Jamie. You know, you're surrounded by enablers here. We may have to peer pressure.
Inevitable betrayal.
You know, you've just agreed with everything I said. I kind of set you up here.
You did.
Just agreed with everything I said about opening up.
Classic enabler.
What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah, I don't know if I would want to try and sell them, but it might be fun if some are in the box, like maybe you have doubles like for trading or gifting to newbies. But I can see a trade being easier if it is in the box.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if you do have a couple of them, I mean, Paul is synonymous with forgetting that he's bought 3 and he'll buy another 2 and he'll end up with 5. So it's a good problem to have if you're friends or if you're in need of something. But the community I found isn't there. The good community, if you know what I mean, isn't there to rip anyone off. They're not flooding out, running to the store to buy a ton of them to make money. What I found is the good community will go out there and they'll buy 2 or 3 knowing that they can get one to somebody who needs it. You know, I wish I could generously give away all my spares and stuff, but like you said, I'm going to keep them as trades if I can. Although I was able to sort you out with a limited edition 3000 volt AT-AT pack, right? So it's things like that make us all happy.
Well, that was the thing. Like you bought 2, right? And you're like, immediately let me know. Like, hey, do you want it? Do you need it? Like, yeah. It's there, right? I mean, I'm not gonna try and make a ton of money off it. It's better to get in the hands of someone who needs it. All right. So this is very kind of, it doesn't really show in this light, but you can see it's a kind of dull purple blue. There's something different about it. I think I am going to have to do a comparison. I haven't opened the rare one because it was a sentimental thing as well. It's like I was very happy to get it and I didn't want to just open it. It's sat there, but I think we have to. But I don't know, it looks kind of plasticky. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't look metallic like in the movie. I mean, it looks more like a gray.
They put some silver scorch marks on there. And again, you have to kind of make it different when you re-release it. But I'm getting a little bit worried because I don't know if you guys can see, there's something different here. I don't know if one's retracted and one's not, but this is a weird hanger and this one is fully out. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know what's going on there. We'll get into that. But
the troll is saying it looks like he stole it from Bruce Wayne, which I don't disagree with.
It definitely has bat-ish looks about it for sure. But I've always liked this one ever since episode 3 came out. It's like a hot rod, right? It's a hot rod at the end of the day. It's a cool looking ship. I think the thing that I'm not super impressed with on this one is the paint job, especially for a re-release, because the guys at Jazzwares have been so good at just doing something different and improving on stuff they've released in the past. So yeah, it's weird to see this. There's a lot of screws in this one as well, keeping it together. But it's a cool looking ship. I do like this one. Again, the engine, it's just meh, it's just a bit meh. But that color is weird to me. Okay, let's get a look at the cockpit. Let's see if they've come up trumps in the cockpit. So it's a forward opening cockpit. We have the glass in there. They do a good job with all of their the U-wing I opened the other day. It was so cool to see the window at the bottom so they can see out the top. But it looks like they have gone inside and added a bit of paint, or is that just reflection? Let's take a look here, people. Nope, it's just reflection. There's no paint on the inside. The molding is always exceptional. I just love the detail they put into the molds of the cockpits. And again, you're never going to get to see it if you don't take it out of the box, right? But yeah, no paint in there. Kind of like a bit boring there. But the cannons are supposed to come up, I believe. But
they're not attached to the landing gear, are they? Like, do they come up?
No, I don't think so, but they do raise. So there's one that's down and there's one that's up. So they will stick up, ready for firing. As you can see there, we have cannons extended and firing, and then cannons down. So that's kind of neat. And now let's take out the rudder, which is basically a big rudder. But this thing will pop up and out of the way. It's weird because the landing gear is still there. So it's just the rudder that will go up and down. I don't think I've missed anything. This doesn't do anything. Again, we've got another screw hole in there, which I found to be handy when they're screw holes for making the little clips to put them on stands and stuff. Especially with the X-Wings, that's how I managed to achieve it. All right, let's take a look at this. So this landing gear, oh, there we go. So it does retract back and it does go up in. Yeah, this one obviously hasn't been pushed all the way back in, so it's not broken. And again, the landing gear, you will just pull forward. Need nails for this, buddy. Pull forward. And then the rudder will go up in order to land. So let's land him down there and take a look at Obi-Wan's. So we all know why, we all remember the opening scene of episode 3, Obi-Wan and Anakin going through the battle, right? This wasn't the ship. So obviously there was an incident. This is the ship. This is the ship we see Obi-Wan landing on. Is it Utapau?
Yeah, on Utapau.
Right. So this is the blue one that we see there. And we don't have this one, I don't think, as a single. I should have looked in my collection, but I don't think they did this one as a single. Look to the chat for anyone that can correct me on that. But this is a good way of getting it if you get this pack. And obviously there's some battle damage on the wings. Let's fully extend these out. Have you got any of these ones, Jamie, yet?
I just got yesterday or the day before Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter from episode 2. I do not have any episode 3 Jedi fighters yet.
Right. This one, the paint job I think looks good, right?
It does look really good.
Yeah, I like this one. Just the weathering on it and the battle damage on it, it's not too heavy. It doesn't look silly. It's actually a pretty good paint job. And even under the wings here, I don't know if everyone can see. Let's try and get it in the light. It's a weird angle, but you can see it's like a graphite gray black paneling under the wings. So it looks like they spent a bit more time on this one than they did on Grievous's, for sure. And again, the back has a landing gear. We'd have to fold the wings in order to land it. And we have these two here that fold up for landing. Cockpit on this one, I believe, opens from the front and pivots back. But I've got to get my...
Yeah.
There we go.
God, you do need nails for those, hey?
Some of them are tight and some of them aren't. I remember a lot of them were coming out and they had to strap them down because they were coming out open, so they've strapped them down. Again, nothing in the cockpit apart from the awesome molding detail. And that one's fully surrounded. And a glass front, as we'd expect. Every time I think about Obi-Wan in one of his ships, all I can hear about him is complaining about how he hates flying and how uncivilized it is, and it's for
Yeah.
droids.
Flying's for droids.
Yeah, flying's
This
for
is why I
droids.
hate flying.
Yeah. So again, it's this is the takeaway I think from the twin pack, compared to this one, which again, just I don't know, man. I don't know.
So Paul's calling out in the comments that this one seems like a prime candidate for a custom
agree.
repaint. Yeah,
I agree. The thing is, it's like having the time to do that, you know. I guess, and the talent too, right? But yeah, it definitely looks like it's gonna. It should need, and now is the question: do we crack open for a comparison? So let me just check in here, and so I know Paul's like, open it.
Yeah. And there's comments too to your question if they did the Obi-Wan Jedi Starfighter by itself. Sounds like they did. It's new and it's a one of 5,000.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, Daniel's saying that. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, they did. Okay. So it is a 1 in 5,000. Okay. So that'll be a chase then. So there is a chase. Okay. Oh, here he goes again. And the thing is, I can hear him laughing as he's saying it, you know, because he knows that the old foot's probably twitching here. My FOMO foot's kicking off here. The fear of missing out on having one still in the pack. But this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? So yeah, let's do it. Are you up for that?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Let's go.
You don't want to do yours? Should we do it
together? Oh, we could.
All right. We're going to ease you in.
Okay.
We're going to ease you in. And then it's up to you should you want to see it.
Okay. Well, I mean, for the purpose of the video, I feel like it makes sense for you to have them both side by side in the shot.
Thanks, Jamie. Son of a bitch.
No,
coffee. Yeah. I'll do the courage sip of my spiked coffee here. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to enable
Paul's
bad
calling
behavior.
out in the comments. He said, yes, Jamie, too.
Oh.
So there
you know
it is.
what, though, Jamie? I feel you owe it to Paul to...
You're not wrong. I can't argue with the man.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do it together. We can't hold hands because we're not in the same room.
We're holding hands spiritually. Yeah.
Just want to say a quick hi to Kevin, Toying Around. And again, if you haven't been checking out Kevin's content on Toying Around, you need to. You do. They had a great show on Thursday. A rapid unboxing with the guys, including Gotham City Tonight. Fun show. Waxing lyrical about their upcoming visit to San Diego Comic-Con, which again is probably going to give a lot of people FOMO, but definitely check out Kevin's show, all of his shows. The guy's a crazy YouTuber, man. He's out there all the time. Soon he'll forget what reality is. So it's good. I'm hoping to see him in the flesh at San Diego too. So thanks for kicking in and joining us here, Kevin. Appreciate it. All right, what else have we got here?
So Paul
you know
saying...
what? Andrew's correct, and I was thinking about this, and I was actually thinking about maybe 3D modeling for the Tri-Fighter as well. And so for that whole scene that we can create from the Clone Wars, right? And not Clone Wars, from Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So having some, it would be so small, I think. When you think about the size of this, they'd have to be pretty small. And I don't know how you would go about that. Plus, you know, Jazzwares have been pretty solid in their responses of they're not here to make figures, they're here to make ships. And I can't see them going to the tiniest of details with that. But I agree. I mean, there's talented people out there like Daniel Sertle, who could probably model them and print them out. And then we can go and find them somewhere and buy a bag of vultures. So we'll see. I agree.
This is important to note. Paul's saying, yeah, keep the sticker and get Steve to send you the sticker plaque mount. So he's talking about this rare
and that's the reason.
ICU.
That's the reason I did those too, is because
I love that.
I want to get them out, and you also want to kind of display the fact that they were one of 5,000 or one of however many. So yeah, I mean, that's why I've done them. So yeah, you're right.
So a question there from me being a newbie to this, it looks like there's two schools of thought on. Yeah, so you cut yours and Paul peels his, correct?
Yeah. So Paul, like, he's found it super easy just to peel them off. I did try that on one of them, and they're foil. They've done a really good job of making a nice foil sticker, so they can easily peel. But you got to be careful, because if you bend it too far, you will put a crease in the foil, and now that beautiful shine is tainted. But yeah, he's been peeling them off left, right, and center. He'll just stick them on there. But I've designed it so that you can take the front off, and if you want to cut around it, you don't have to be super precise. There's a couple of mil either side of it, so you can just cut, put it in there, clip it in, and it will hold it there. And that way, if you ever decide to swap it out or do something with it, or you can always change it over, right? Or put it into something else, or get a different color printed out. I know with the Sabine tie, I did it orange and black and painting some yellow on it because it's Sabine's, right? So yeah, there's two ways of doing it. And you can put them on their own stand. You can put them into, the generic stands that we can get. Maybe we'll get into that more on a show at some point and just go through all these stands and see how they fit in. And it's difficult to do on the down cam because you don't really appreciate it. So I'll have to do a show where I'm in front. But yeah, one more thing before we pop your cherry in such a big way, which I wasn't expecting. Let me just go into the figures, because we always want to show the figures. All right, so we have R4. And why is R4 got a copper dome, Jamie?
I have to assume that's an upgrade from his previous R4 that got his head ripped off by the vulture droids.
Right. I also have been so here's Grievous. I'm gonna show him off with my dirty fingers first. There's a lot of detail on the mold of Grievous because he's not like anything else. So they've done a good job on that. You know, there's only so much detail you can get, right? They've done a great job on that, and he also has his cape that we all know and see. But luckily that cape comes off, so I'm going to take the cape off. Two colors. One color on the inside, another color on the outside. Again, didn't have to do that, but they do. Love it. Let's check him out. It's annoying for me slightly because I don't think he'll fit into the regular stand, although his waist does line up. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. Works out pretty good. So let's show him off. There you go. Are we in focus? Yes. So let's check him out. We have all the details and paint jobs on this mold. You can see all the little robotic pieces of him, which is kind of cool, I think. I mean, look at it. This is tiny, man.
That's a pretty good paint app.
Look at the helmet sculpt as well. Yeah, the helmet sculpt on the side there. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be people saying, "Oh, he's got no eyes."
That's awesome.
You paint it then. You know?
I mean, that's fair. I mean, mini painting is pretty popular for a lot of things. So I feel like, yeah, if you wanted to upgrade it, it would be pretty easy to do paint wise.
Look at that mold, man. Like,
yeah, that's
and the arms articulate too, right? So I mean, this thing has to swivel too. And he's got his giant claw feet down there, like a velociraptor.
Now the figure stand you've got him on there, that's you, right?
Yeah.
Your design and print?
Yeah, because if I'm going to bust them out, of the box, not only can I have the rare or the Volt or the chase, you can take the figure out too, so they're not in the ship. So you can just display it the same way, and they're pretty small. And if you drop them, like I did, into a bin of 3D filament rejects, you've got to empty that bin of 3D filament rejects to find that figure, because they're pretty much the same color as all the filament you got. Yeah, exactly. And again, a great if you're a popcorn bucket collector, you can use those big ass popcorn buckets, the metal ones, as 3D filament collectors. But yeah, that's a great sculpt, man. That's a great sculpt.
That's awesome. So yeah, right down to, as Bitter Troll says, to his robo chicken feet.
Yeah, they're like velociraptor claws, you know. Look at him.
It makes him scarier design-wise.
But look at his butt as well. We didn't get to see that. Look at his butt. He even got detail on his butt. It's a great mold, and it's everything moves. So the hip joints move, the arms move.
I like that for it's the classic figure, like 5 points of articulation. 4, I don't know if it's head swivels, but
No.
The fact that they got it so he can either be standing or sitting in the fighter, that's pretty cool.
Right. I mean, the fact that they say they're not there for figs, they do a great job with minifigs. So
Yeah.
you know, it's almost like the micro machine ones, right? But he's definitely okay. Let's check out Obi-Wan. Let's get him.
All right, so
Grievous there. Let's get Obi-Wan.
I feel like I need you to set me some parameters here of how much I should nitpick this.
All right. So for those that don't know out there, Jamie does an amazing cosplay of Obi-Wan.
Episode 3 specifically, Obi-Wan.
So he has all the gear. He's done the super nerd deep dives into how it should look. He's grown that beard and kept it for years. Yeah. Although the long hair, Jamie, what are you going to do about that?
that's episode 2 Obi-Wan. He's got the Jedi mullet.
Okay. Well, here we definitely have long hair, right?
Yeah.
So what you're saying then, your first nitpick is this is episode 2, not episode 3?
Yeah, there's a couple indicators there if you want me to go actually turbo nerd, but like, so the long hair, the boots have extra straps on them. The pants are a lighter color in episode 2. They're more of like a mustardy khaki color in episode 3.
Let me just stop you there while I carry on.
Yeah. So you see the extra straps at the top of the boot there? The horizontal ones. So those aren't there in episode 3. He's only got the ankle strap and then the spat over the front. And the pants are almost white in episode 1 and 2, where in 3 they went more of like a mustardy.
Well, these pants are actually, I think they're, it's hard to tell with the light, but they look like they're slightly different. It looks like they're painted, whereas the top half isn't painted. It's just a plastic color.
Yeah.
So they've definitely done that difference between the two. Overall, though, Jamie, do we get a thumbs up for the Obi-Wan?
I mean, he still looks great. It's Obi-Wan. How can you?
He even has his lightsaber.
Does he actually? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so there's another detail then. If we want to continue going turbo nerd, does he have his episode 2 saber or his episode 3 saber?
If you can see that, you freak nerd, then you let me know.
Oh my god, it does look like the episode 2 saber.
Well, it's
if you look at like the pommel, is like the kind of this ball style pommel with more pronounced kind of nub sticking out of it.
God, like Jazzwares is going to regret Jamie getting into their field.
And I'm not, to be clear, I'm not trying to be super negative. I'm just, this is a deep nerd rabbit hole I've gone down, so why not talk about it, right?
We'll say
he's got gigantic feet. Yeah,
on this figure or in real life?
Them droid stomper boots.
They are. Wow. Well, we'll have to see what the other ones are like if we come across them. See if they change it for an episode. They've been doing a lot of episode 3.
I assume, this is the same figure. So this is the episode 2 Starfighter that I got
same figure.
Just yesterday.
Yeah.
It looks like the same figure.
Right. So they're not going to give him a haircut.
Yeah.
Here's look at the detail on R4. I didn't notice that until I brought it up to the light here, but you can see all the individual panels on the top. And that's something that we didn't get in the beginning. It was just a blob of the color in the beginning. So you can see how much further they've come, even with the droid. Look at the detail on the droid and his chest, and there's 2 different colors in there, man. That's crazy. Yeah, we got the copper and then we got the different color and print on the top. So good. These ones don't articulate, they just go in the ship. So he's going into the ship. There we go. It looks pretty cool in there.
Love it.
It's pretty cool in there. And the other thing though about this is another character with a beard. All right, Jazzwares, we see you out there. You can do beards. So where the hell is our Captain Carson Taver and his X-Wing?
Right.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
I need it. I need the Carson Taver X-Wing.
We all need it. There's a squad to build there, man. New Republic pilots. The Taver squad is needed.
Yeah, I'm curious actually. Oh, in the X-Wing pack, the Vault pack, they don't have the figures visible. And I was quickly going to check to see if like they had like a Porkins, for example, with a beard on there.
Well, you know what you need to do then, Jamie?
Yeah. Well,
you need to open it.
I think Porkins was Red 6. And I feel like we got red 1 through 5 in the vault pack. Yeah. Anyways, I digress.
Yeah.
Apologize.
Story for another time. Andrew's bouncing. Oh, wrong one. Bye, Andrew. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.
That's a great question from Bitter Troll. Would you want the jacket on the Carson Teva figure or no?
Well, here's the thing. If you make the mold with the jacket, I'm happy to get the jacket. I mean, he is synonymous with the jacket, to be fair, right?
Yeah.
But there are different outfits of Carson Teva. And this is why I don't understand why they don't see that as a good selling point of bringing out a different figure. Jacket on, jacket off, looking official in the courtroom. We've had this discussion many times. You know, they say they listen to the fans.
Give them all to us. Every version.
Yeah. I think we need the no helmet, jacket on, and a glass of Spotchka in the hand. That's what I think we need. Okay. All right. Jamie, we changed things up. We've had demand from the chat.
Yeah.
You said you're going to join me. Shall we depreciate the value of our figures here?
Let's get depreciating.
Okay.
All right. So how do we do this with this style of pack?
The best way, as shown by our master, the bearded one, would probably be to cut around the edge. Right? If you got a nice sharp blade, cut around the edge.
And I have
all the way.
I have
a
hobby blade to hand.
Don't go through.
Pretty well used.
Don't go through your cardboard because you might wreck this if you want it. And you know, if you're a
do you keep the blueprint like the
I do. I've been taking them out, cutting them out, sticking them on backdrops to be able to. You can't really see it, but I'll put them in the back of the shelves there, and just have a big backdrop of blueprints. I mean, why not, right? If you're going to destroy and devalue the item you've purchased, you might as well do something with the remnants of it, right? But again, this one is a Series 3. We will have a design artwork in the background, which we can see once we unbox it, because look, how annoying is that for everybody, right? And this is why we do it. This is why I make sure you can see how annoying it is when they're in the box. We do have the blueprint on the back. Nothing different to the other one. So I guess I don't have to save this one. We have the instructions on what it can do. And what else we're going to get in the collection for this Series 3. I believe the chase was the Antok Merrick's X-Wing. I believe. Or, no, I lie. It's Poe Dameron.
What do the engines look like?
I can see BB-8 is Poe Dameron.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the blue Poe Dameron on this one. All right, you're going to take do you want to take a copy first?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
A little bit of courage for those who spiked it. Oh, God, that's good.
So did you go with the peanut butter whiskey again?
I did, yeah. It makes such a big difference.
I think if mine was spiked today, it would probably be Bailey's.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Bailey's and coffee. It's great.
All right, don't damage this.
Okay.
And we'll make sure you get somewhere to put it. To make sure you don't accidentally have this thrown away.
All right.
All right. Let's just check the chat again. If someone says don't do it, you're an idiot. Nope. Nope. Nope.
I don't think anybody's brave enough to argue with Paul, myself included.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, going in, Jamie.
All right.
Good luck.
Going in, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I like that.
Nope. And don't cut yourself. You're an adult. You know how to use a knife.
Wow. I don't know if both of those things are true. I am an adult, yes. Like every kind of like project I work on, I end up shedding a little bit of blood.
I think admitting to being an adult is probably the one thing that you can't be sure about at this point.
Well, I mean, in the legal sense, right?
All right. Oh, deep breath, people. I've ruined it. I've devalued it, and I'm waiting. Oh, Paul's saying cut away from yourself. We can't really. Can you?
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's kind of weird. You can't see what you're doing. That's awkward. I don't like that. Sorry, I'm not going to take that advice. Okay, here we go. Oh, Another rare has been destroyed and devalued. Okay. Now, the other thing as well, Jamie, on these ones is this little bottom card here. I was wondering if I should have been keeping those so I can keep the title of it somehow, but it's just too long. But inside of there, you'll probably get another, you get another image of some sort. So here we've got the bottom of the planet in an asteroid field, which you could use as a mini diorama, should you so desire. So it's up to you if you want to keep that or not as well. We have our Grievous. Does it smell like disappointment, or does it smell like freedom?
It smells great, man. I love the smell of new plastic.
Okay. See, this, I don't know. There's something different about paint on it. We're going to see, though. We're going to see. All right. So here's the card back. And again, this is what we were talking about earlier, is you get some sort of design of some sort of epic battle. And here we got Obi-Wan and Anakin, I guess before the shit went down, right? Great image. I do hope they go back to this. I kind of really enjoy these, and it would make me want to keep them like card backs of action figures. If they did, the other ones I'm just going to get rid of. But these ones were kind of cool. How you doing over there?
God, you got yours out and separated from the card back so fast.
Yeah.
And I found myself speeding up on the cut job, and
I'm waiting for you because I don't want to leave you behind. I know how scary this has been. I can see the sweat forming in the brow of your hat.
That's why I wore a hat today to keep the sweat out of my eyes.
Exactly. And here he goes, right on time. Son of
Right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Hey, for those of you that have several of these, you could also open one and keep one. The thing is if you can't find these things, these chases, because of the a-holes that are just snapping them up to make money, or the a-holes that are just taking them off the shelf before they even hang them on the shelf, then you only can afford to get the one, because they're not out there to find. If we were seeing these on the pegs, as we should, I'd get one and keep one, but I haven't got the room. So I'm happy to do this. I'm happy to get it out because I think it needs this comparison. So what do you think, Jamie?
Oh, I love it. It's this one definitely, like, paint job wise, looks more like metallic in color. It's got that kind of like gunmetal. It's definitely less blue.
And you know what? I even Grievous is different. So we will definitely do a side-by-side comparison. I'll just pop him out of his plastic prison right now. And we'll separate them so we can see what they are. But this is why we do things like this, so we can do comparisons. And then everyone can decide if they want to open them or not, right?
So, okay, is there anything else in the packaging that you hang on to?
Like I said, I've been keeping the backs to cut the backs out. I've also liked the artwork on the inside of the backs, but again, what am I going to do with it? So a lot of them, I'm just keeping what's necessary to still have something shown of what it is. Otherwise, just get rid of it. The whole point of unboxing it is I'm clearing up space. So if you can flat pack like the Vault ones with the clear plastic display, which again reflects every single piece of light that possibly exists in the world, but you can take the sleeve off of those and they flat pack, and those are easy to keep. It's just like buying magazines, a special magazine that came out in Time or something. You keep it and it goes into a bookshelf and you even forget you got it, But I'm keeping that. There's not really anything else. I mean, for a while I was keeping these, the figure holders.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
But again, they take up a lot of room, and there are some geniuses out there that have. I'll look this up and bring it up next time because I don't have it in front of me. But there's somebody out there that has created, the old-fashioned figure cases, 3PO head, Darth Vader head.
Yeah,
he's created those and made those to hold micro galaxy figures, and it looks so good. It looks so good. So there's why keep these plastic ones, right? The only reason I say you would probably keep it or take a picture of it before you get rid of it is you may not recognize who the characters are when it comes to X-Wing pilots or something like that, because the details are so small on the helmet, you may want to remember which one goes where and what. But for sure. But let's do a comparison. That's why we did this, before everyone disappears and gets on with it. So it's not totally different, guys, but it is different. It's a matte purple here, and it's a glossy plastic purple. And I think that's what I don't like about the redo. There is a difference, and I'm not going crazy, right? There is definitely a difference between the left and the right. It's the same color, but it's different. And this one here is definitely more plastic than this one here. Now this is our rare, and this is our redo. And look at the paint job on it. You've got this cool looking, almost teeth-like paint design down the middle. And the yellow is different. We don't have the scorch marks or the speed stripes, skid marks, whatever you want to call them.
Marks.
We don't, you don't have the skid marks on there, but they're different. So which one?
It actually,
which one?
So I should know, like in my hand, it looks a lot more kind of like a dark gray, but
like
on
a
your
gray
camera,
yeah.
it actually makes it look a little more bluey purple.
Yeah.
So yeah, for everybody who's watching, I feel like that's important to note is in person, it does look a lot more gray.
Yeah, for sure. But this really highlights the difference. If you look at the wings right next to each other, you can see it's definitely more purple on this side than it is on this side. And I think that's why this one stands out to me. But again, let's look at the paint job here. So we've got metallic silver on the back of the rudder too. So in the original one, we have a metallic silver on the back of the rudder, which adds depth to it, which adds detail to it. Even, I mean, the engines are the same. There's no color inside. And I guess the reason for that is that the main time we see this is not flying in the movie. The main time we see this is just sitting down there, which could be the option of it not igniting the engines in the back. But underneath, again, we've got that super detail on the bottom, which we don't have on the other one, with that different color. They filled all the shapes. They just didn't bother painting this one. This one has more of a metallic gray. The repaint has more of a metallic gray silver on the underneath, but it's definitely a more washed out yellow, right?
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
It's like, oh shit, we can't find that paint anymore. That's okay. Just water it down. It's
definitely more of the finer paint details on the singular one.
Yeah, it's Paul saying that I can't click because I've got both hands here, but Paul saying that the color temp of the lights make them seem more similar than I remember. But to me it actually shows the difference. I mean, they do look, when I'm looking with the naked eye, they do look the grayer purple. But I think this is really letting you see that there is a totally different tone.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the light setup you have is great. It does make all the details pop. But yeah, on camera it looks much more blue.
Yeah, and just looking with the naked eye, you can tell. I think that's what we can see. Even like Paul, when you see it in the box, even through the plastic in the box, it's like, I don't know, man. There's something about that one that I don't like compared to the other. And it's definitely that. It's definitely more of a deeper, shinier, raw plastic purple than a matted, metallic-y one that we get here with the original. So yeah, I would say if you're gonna open one, it will be the rare, because it looks great, absolutely great. Again, we got the same actions on this one. The rudder will go up. The landing gear won't open. The landing gear will come up. There we go. So same actions there. Again, cockpit, nothing, just the molded blue. purple, grey, whatever you want to call it. Again, no paint jobs in there. And again, we should be able to lift the weapons. So there you go. There's a comparison. We did it. Jamie, I didn't bring you on to make you open up your rares. I was going to ease you into it. But here we go. You know, these are the risks we take for live.
No, I love this. I love the flow.
These are the risks we take on the live. So
yeah. And I was prepared. I was prepared to open something up. And yeah, there's a bit of I'm missing the word, but it makes sense that I'm opening up the very first one I got from Paul to get me started.
Yeah, and you're getting respect. Good for you, jumping in on the deep end.
Thank you again, Paul.
All right, so we've clarified the twin pack. You get skip marks. The rare is the one you want to open. Okay. Well, Jamie, you're not getting out of it that easy because you came on here to. I almost forgot. Let me just do a quick comparison, just in case. Just in case there's any difference. Again, it's just the paint. So here is the twin pack, and here is the rare. There is a slight difference to the paint, which you can't really pick up on here. This one is more of a gray. This one is a lighter kind of tan. The paint app is slightly different, more refined on the twin pack. But I kind of like the muted gray of this one, the same as I do the ship. Yeah, his cod piece on the twin pack is a lot less, I should say.
They lessened it, hey?
Less on the cod, more on the knees.
They made it look less impressive.
But yeah, it's not a massive difference in paint, but there's definitely a difference in paint. But yeah, the cape's even different too. It's more of a, look at that. That's from the rare. It's like a shiny gray with a, what would we call that? Like a terracotta. And then twin pack.
So the other one a deeper? Oh yeah.
It's definitely a brown on the twin pack. Outside's kind of the same. You get that deeper brown, not so terracotta on that one. Cool. I'm still a fan of it. I'm just, what do I do now? I've got two of them open. One of them I really want to display. The other one, I guess, will have to become part of a diorama of some sort. And kept in the back lot for a while.
I'm actually really impressed at how much detail they got onto these tiny figures.
And again, I'm glad you've opened it, because you don't know. You know, everyone is just so fixated on I've got it. You know, I've got the rare, I've got the chase. I'm going to keep it on the shelf, tell everyone I've got it, but not appreciate it. You know. Yeah. It's good to get them out. Jamie, I'm just reading the chat here. Billy Troll wants him to wear a top hat when he's got the cape on. It's magic, Grievous. You want to see a trick?
Yeah.
Jamie, let's. I know you don't have a down camera, but what I'm going to do is
I do not.
Bring you up into here, and let's do what you came here to do.
All right.
And first of all, what is it you were going to open to ease yourself into this, being a maiden voyage into an unboxing?
So before we jump into that, I just want to make sure I don't forget. Do you have that Scout class blind box to hand that I gave you? Would you mind popping that open real quick?
Okay, is this a top-down camera, Jamie?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, now that you've gone to the trouble of swapping it, but
look how quick it was.
There's a quick backstory. So this was from my first kind of in-person foray into looking for these things out in the wild. And like I said, in Canada we have not as many options. Yeah.
Limited.
And so I hit up the local GameStops, basically following Paul's example of like doing the circuit, the local GameStops. They didn't have any of the ships, but they did have these blind box Scout class ones. Okay. So I go, I don't want to come away from my excursion with nothing.
Right.
So me and VJ Baby, actually, I don't know if she's still in the chat or not, but we went on an adventure and grabbed a bunch of them. So they had Series 1, and I think they had some Series 3. So I'm like, well, let's see what's in Series 1. I'm like, okay, I want Series 1. There's way more in there that I'm interested in. I don't know what I'm getting because they're blind box. You're basically gotcha balls. But this one...
well, you do have an idea of what you could possibly get?
Yeah. And like I also do a Scout costume. So like, I want the Scout. I love Ahsoka. The clone is awesome. Darth Maul's super cool. So, and like Mando with a speeder bike, like that's all awesome. But I didn't know what you can kind of get, like the first chase looks like maybe a clone on a speeder bike. The second one looks like IG-11.
Yeah.
The third one, I'm like, what the hell is that?
Right.
So if you pop it open, we're going to find out.
Oh, again, there's the Scout blueprint.
Yeah. So
again, these are all blind boxes. Yeah. They come out with every series. You get Scout class, and Scout class is a great way to get the minifigs that you may not get with a ship. So if the minifig doesn't have a ship, this is a great way of getting.
They'd be good for army building or like fleet building.
Right, a cheaper way of doing so, right?
Absolutely.
You get some other mini craft.
I think I bought 9 of them.
Wow.
And I pulled 2 chase, and this is one of them.
Okay, I'm going to make sure I pull it the right way. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, do it.
Oh, you're kidding! This is the Cobb Vanth.
I thought of you immediately when I pulled it. I'm like, oh man, what better way to say thanks for getting me into this than giving you the Cobb Vanth. It's a chase. I know you don't particularly mess with the Scout class, but
it's the figures and stuff, right? So the minifigs, that's awesome.
Like you do a pretty wicked Cobb Vanth, so I thought this was fitting.
Thanks, brother. That's awesome. They all have giant feet, eh? Let's take him out. Let's take him out. This is cool. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And even his ride is pretty badass, right?
Right.
It's like one of the engines from the pod racer. All right.
So this doesn't surprise me. I'm looking in the chat right now, and there's chat in there saying Cobb Vanth weighs exactly 27 to 28 grams. Just saying. Like, and you know what? You know what I did when I was in the shop? I actually looked online.
You feel the weight?
I looked online to see if there was like a barcode scanner or if there was like a code on the box that you could use to decipher what was in there, just so I could be a little more selective and not going blind. But
the only way is what Daniel's saying right here. Yeah. There are people out there that they get them all and they measure them all and they'll put the weights out there for you to do. So you can take a little mini cooking
like a
weighing
scale or something.
And who the hell's going to bother you in Target or Walmart? Like, no one everyone's just too busy stacking everything onto the floor. They don't care.
Yeah. I know, like, the Lego crowd, they have made apps that will scan the barcode and tell you what's in a blind box. And no such luck for the MGS Scout class, but I just went in blind, just shotgun approach, just bought a bunch.
See? Hell yes, I did. So, yeah. It's what happens, man. It's what happens. And you know what? I am hoping the next series that comes out. So I'm going to put this out there to all my friends on the channel here and everybody out there who's listening. I absolutely need the series, I believe it's 9, that's coming out of the probe droid capsule with the probe droid inside.
Oh.
Now, obviously you all need to get one. I get that. But if you are going searching and you buy tons and you get some and I don't, I want to complete my Hoth, right? And the only thing I think I can get for Hoth right now would be some probe droids. So I don't
Is
care.
that going to be in a Scout class?
It's going to be in a Scout class.
Okay.
So it's going to be fill the gap. It's going to be similar. Oh, hang on. I got a D-robe.
See, and that's part of what I love about having a like a network of friends that are all into this stuff is I'm I'm making a mental note now to keep my eyes out for. You said it was Series 9.
I believe it's 9 that's coming out next.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
unless
if I see
nine's already
Series
out.
9 in the shop, I feel like that's the only thing that I'm going to find
If it's
in
not 9,
person
it's
locally.
10. I could be wrong. It's
Cool.
whatever's coming out next. They've
Well,
been
I
showing
assume
this.
it's like it'll be on the box, right? Of like what's in
I
the
would think
series.
so, but
Yeah.
none of us know if it's going to be a chase, if it's going to be a rare.
Paul needs one too. Noted.
Yeah. Well,
Great.
like I said earlier, this guy comes first, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you've not seen his basement, which I believe everyone in this chat has, you know,
Not in person.
well, you've seen it.
Yeah, it's
Right.
impressive.
So the basement is where it should go first. So
100%.
it's the golden rule. Who comes first?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like the Godfather.
What does D Cirtle say here? Yeah. Oh, perfect. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, no, I'm going to severely rely on that because I know that these ones do show up in most people's stores, the blind boxes of the scout class. But this is what it would be like, Jamie. So this is what they did. They did the escape pod, and they did R2, and they did 3PO.
Nice.
So it'd be like this. So the capsule looks so good. It's like got these horns coming off it, and then you open it up, and there'll be a little probe droid in there that can sit in there. It's cool, and it's the one thing that's going to make me get scout classes at that point. Or I'm going to heavily rely on Jazzwares doing their vault boxes, because another way of getting this stuff, as we've now found out, is patiently wait. If you can do that without the FOMO foot flicking around, patiently wait for them to bring out their box sets, and you'll probably get the ones that you haven't been able to find. And I love that about them. I love that's what they're doing. So here's Cobb's Ride. Look at that.
That's awesome.
It is literally one of the engines of a pod racer with a little side seat and control. It's so badass.
Yeah, I love it. I love the design.
It's cool, and these all come with little stands as well. These are the one. This is the one thing they do always provide with these are these little stands, so you can just break them out, stick it in its slot, and then you've got a way of displaying these, and they are cool. They are cool. All right, so here's Cobb Vanth. Again, I think we can see a little beard on him.
He should have a little bit of a beard, right?
Yeah, I think we can see a little beard on him, and a little coif.
And his fancy hair.
Yeah, he's got the styling there going on. Oh, come on. There you go. Look at it.
It's awesome.
He's got even the little tail at the back that flicks up. Look at that. He's got his armor on. His stolen. It wasn't even stolen. His traded armor.
Yeah, he traded.
Yeah.
It's fair game.
Does he have his weapon? I don't know. Let's check him out and I'll see if he's got a weapon. So he's got his boots.
Has he got like a holster or anything?
He should be wearing a drop holster with his Western looking blaster in it. Let's take a look. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Can you see that in the light?
Nice.
Hands up.
Yeah, there we go.
His arms are loose. There we go. You see that?
Wow.
They didn't paint it. It is a Series 1. But they got it in there. It's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
His little belt you can see the belt buckle in there. Man, it's so cool. Straps around the boots. The undered out now.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks, Jamie.
My pleasure, dude. Yeah. That's part of the fun, right? Like I said, I love shopping for, or like keeping an eye out for other people as well.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Spending other people's money is so much fun.
Well, like it gives you an excuse, even if you're not looking out for something, it's fun to look, right?
Yeah.
And it's fun, like it's just as exciting to find something that someone else is looking for.
Right.
Yeah,
there he is.
I love it.
Nice.
That's good.
Thanks, buddy. All right, I'm going to bring you back into the fold.
All right.
And now you're now we popped your cherry. You know what you're doing. So tell us, what are you opening today,
This
Jimmy?
one's going to be a little bit different. I am going with.
Oh, we can't see it because it's in a plastic.
The lat. Yeah, look at all that glare. So this one I chose because it was the first one. You know, we always talk ourselves into collecting a new thing. And my rationale for jumping into this was I wanted to recreate the hangar from the Rogue Squadron video games.
Right.
And like that gives you a target. It's a small target, and it gets you started and gives you something, just so you're not just tempted to buy one of everything. Of course, that's the mental gymnastics we all go through when we're collecting. And of course, that didn't last long because this is nowhere in the Rogue Squadron hangar. This was the first one I saw, and I need it. It's so cool. I need it. It's not part of the plan, but I love it.
Yeah,
so
it's a cool ship, man. And they did bring out several different versions of the LAT, and I guess we're allowed to call it LAT without controversy, right? Because LATT is difficult. So
is it LATT or LAAT?
LATT, right?
Is it? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's written on the front.
Is it? It just says Republic Gunship.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, my camera is not as good as yours. It's going to be blurry as hell, but
yeah.
So it says Republic Gunship, and then it says Munilist.
Right. Now you were saying earlier that you're calling bullshit.
Yeah, I did my homework last night. I mean, who doesn't like watching the 2003 2D animated Clone Wars? It's so good. Oh, see, Decertal's saying it's LAAT. Got some nerd debate going. I love it. I thought it was LAAT. Now I can't claim to remember what it stands for. Oh yeah, getting some
LAAT.
Getting some heavy hitters in my corner, Steve.
There you go. You blame the coffee.
But it's fair. The coffee.
But tell us the more interesting one. Tell us the more interesting one.
So yeah, I did my homework. And like the season 1 does start on Munilist. That's where Dirge is. That's where the big fight is. But the group of ARC troopers that split off that Obi-Wan sends on their special mission, they have the blue detail on the gunship, where all the other ones have like the red detail.
Yeah. But
it doesn't have the nose art. It doesn't have the spiky details on it. That doesn't show up until season 2 when they're rescuing the Jedi from Grievous on Hypori. So technically,
I'm doing
it should be Hypori.
Right. Well, that's interesting because I didn't even think about that. You know, you just assume whatever you see written on there is going to be fact. So yeah, we'll see. Oh, hang on a minute. All had to Google it.
I mean, that's fair. I googled the name of Grievous's ship earlier just to double check, because like I know his personal ship has a name, but then his big like flagship also had a name.
Right. I didn't know about the soulless one being called the what did I say? The spineless one. I didn't know about the spineless one.
Yeah. So here we go.
Okay.
We're getting it open. So this one's a little bit different because it's in a box and not like the card backed kind of blister style.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited to get into this. I love the 2D animated Clone Wars.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. And like especially the scene with the gunship, like the Jedi Rescue, where they bust in on Grievous, is so cool.
I think we both have our favorite arc of Clone Wars as well, right?
Oh yeah, if we're talking favorite arc of Clone Wars ever, it's got to be Umbara.
Yeah, such a great story.
It's so good, and it's clone centric, which I love. I mean, you and I have discussed. I have one small nitpick about the whole story arc, but like overall, I love it. It's so good. So as I'm getting into it here, I brought clippers just in case we've got any.
That's what you need. And I love the fact you've got the nice, small, precise pair of them too, so you can really get in there without accidentally cutting half the ship off. With a giant pair of bolt cutters.
I've been watching the show, so I've been taking notes and studying up. Because I figured, this day would come where I would want to unbox this stuff. Now this is definitely the classic ASMR section, but
yes,
it's a little bit nerve-wracking getting it out.
Right, because you'll find those little nubs on there that you have to push in, push back on them and release it.
We've got a wing free.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing is huge.
There's a lot of detail, right?
Yeah. This is. Oh yeah, this is noisy.
We can't hear it, dude. You're good. We can't hear it. The mics are good. Yeah.
Because here it sounds like a friggin' thunderstorm.
I know, right? I know.
All right, we've got it free.
Now you have to toss that behind your back.
Oh,
Plastic.
okay.
Yeah. Reject it.
So we do have a nice. It's actually like a pretty simple background.
But where do you think it is? Do you any telltale signs?
I mean, it's just a cloudy sky, right?
Okay.
So it could be Munilus, it could be Hypori. Yeah, there's nothing really to indicate. It's literally just like the periphery of an explosion on the bottom there,
right?
And just like a cloudy sky, and that's it.
It's warfare, man.
Yeah, I love it. I love that show so much. It was so much fun going back and watching it. So I've got it out. I've got to attach.
Now, before you attach it, can you see anything before you attach it?
Oh, okay. So like you're talking about like any details that might be hidden.
Yeah.
So it's just got like little section. I mean, look at the nose art. I mean, sorry, my camera is crappy. I'm gonna have to upgrade, but like I love the nose art and the detail on it.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool.
And like they have the ball turrets on there, so it looks like those guys open up. The one thing I didn't see in there actually, which I've heard referenced before, is instructions. So
okay, so on the box is where you'll find your guide.
Oh crap!
On the outside box.
Yeah,
on the back.
I whipped that thing as I was instructed. No, I've got it here.
Okay, there you go. So you'll find on the box you've got artwork on there on the side, and then you'll have instructions.
I love that artwork.
Right, and that's what we're talking about. The artwork they do,
dude.
They don't mess around. The artwork is really good, and it's a shame to be disposing of said artwork on the box. But you'll also have the blueprint on the back there, and then you'll have instructions of how to assemble if there is some assembly required, and then it will give you a hint on where everything is and what it can do.
So let's see. So yeah, it says assemble the wing, the ball turret swivel. It looks like now you've got one of these open, correct?
I do.
Like again, my camera is failing me right now, but there's this middle direction here. Says something is popping up. Oh, I see what it is. It's on the top here.
So I will in the mini.
Oh yeah, perfect.
I'll have it down.
Yeah, your camera is way better. I see what it is. Yeah, it's just like exposing that missile rack on the top. That cover pops off. Yeah, so I think I had to remove that anyways to get the other wing on there.
So here's what Jamie's talking about. There is an exposed cover here that shows you the missiles and the fact that they, as we see in some of the animations in the movie, they'll rotate, load, and fire off.
Yeah, which is super cool.
We get all of those, and they're all hand painted.
This is a little bit nerve-wracking too, attaching this other wing, getting it clipped in there. Yeah, you gotta use a.
There is a bit of force for sure. Yeah.
It keeps like jumping back and forth as I'm trying to get it on there, and unfortunately, there's not like a great place to grip to get it on there.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm being too timid. I don't know.
As a great wise man once said, "Nothing can be easy, Jamie."
There we go. We've got her. Yeah, a great wise man indeed.
So, one of the things you'll find is that you have your little gunners stations.
Yeah. I love those ball turrets. They're so cool.
They should open as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've got one.
Yeah.
Again, my camera is awful. I apologize.
That's all right. We got it down here, dude. We're all good.
Yeah.
We have the cannons on their ball joints. And a lot of these Clone Wars vehicles have these ball joint cannons. They did not mess around, man. No. They want to hit everything in rapid succession.
And even the little wing ball things swivel around.
It's kind of cool, right?
Yeah. And then we have the ball joint turret on the back, the old ass gun.
But this one's not as crazy in its movement.
Oh yeah, it does move a little bit though.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. I do see
The bigger it is, the harder it is to manipulate, I guess.
Phrasing.
Okay, what else? What else did you find in your instructions?
So the other
This thing has a lot of playability to it.
It does. So we've got a hatch in the back that pops open.
Yes.
And we also have panels on the side that pop open.
Right. Now they actually slide back.
They slide?
Yeah. So you need to pull them forward, and then you can slide them back.
Okay.
So you'll have a clip at the back, and then see this? Oh, I guess this one here.
Yeah.
So pull it. There's a clip at the back. You can get your nail behind to pull it open.
Got her.
And then you can pull the front up as well.
Okay.
So it's like that. And then once you've pulled it away, it slides back, just like we see, to allow access into the side.
Love that.
So just like the action we see when they come in and land and everyone jumps out.
So then
it's a great movement.
I love these vehicles. I love the idea of just like that kind of armed troop transport thing.
Yeah.
Like a Black Hawk helicopter or something like that. Like
it's just got so much firepower to it too. And you could just come in at that angle, you know, when it comes down in and lands and just settles down. It's really cool. And very menacing from the front too.
Right? Dude, and like the nose art adds so much to it.
Yeah.
That's why I needed it, right? Like if I just saw a regular lat, I might have hummed and hawed. Like this thing, I'm like, I need it.
But even there's a pack that's coming out. One of the new release packs is coming out, which is like a full battle pack, which has the tank, which has the lat, which has a couple of bikes, I think, and then one of the new starships that they're putting into. It's a great pack, and they have like a plane just with the insignia on it, but it still looks really good. And they did, I think, 4 of these when they came out. This one was a special that came after. We had Plo's Bros, which was a nose art design, Plo Koon's troops. We had the Crumb Bomber, which had Salacious Crumb with a bomb in his hand. There was one with just a normal symbol on it, and I think there was one more as well that came out.
Do we get one with like the Twi'lek nose art?
I'm not sure if it's Twi'lek or not.
Or I think this might have been changed, but I thought in Clone Wars we saw one that had like a Naboo handmaiden as like pin up art on the nose as well.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. You think about how many you could do with different nose arts, right? Just like in the World War II era of the bombers.
I love bomber nose art.
Right, and that's what they're going for, which I love. Yeah. But I thought I had all of them. And
do you need any? What do you need?
I was going through my pile in the corner, because that's where the boxes are, and these are bigger boxes, not just peg hangers, which I have on this side. I cannot find my Crumb Bomber anywhere, and the Crumb Bomber was the first one I wanted. I didn't care about all the others. And then this one came out and it was cool. The Crumb Bomber was the one I wanted, and no dice. I can't find it anywhere. Yeah. And now you can't get it. Right?
Well, something to keep my eyes out for.
Yeah. If they still have them in Canada, let me know.
Oh yeah. Also, so Paul is saying the Naboo handmaiden was specifically Padme.
Oh, was that from the episode where? Yeah.
I think I remember that. Do a bit of homework. Like I pretty much got like a Rebels watch through and a Clone Wars watch through just on the go at any given time, but like
you're not necessarily watching it though, right? He's on in the background, yeah.
But I think he's right. A little bit of both, yeah.
I think
I mean, that's super funny, a little bit controversial, maybe.
Just going to say a quick good morning, because it's still morning here. We're getting into the afternoon, but it's still morning here. Good morning to Roseki. Thanks for joining us. Nearly missed that. And then I've also got to scroll back up here and say good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The sneaky zebra is in the house. Gary, how are you doing? Happy Saturday. Missed your coffee this morning. What else did I miss?
Paul's coming in with the knowledge on the Padme nose art. He said it was in Bad Batch, so that's what
that's right. That's right.
So that's even potentially. Oh, hi, Allie.
Good morning, Allie. Allie was Tinkerbell today.
She was Tinkerbell?
He was Tinkerbell today.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, the I love that it was in Bad Batch. That's another show I need to go back and watch. I loved
Big
it.
show here. Anakin Eyeball and the sexy pinup Padme. It was
But
Rex's
then
ship.
is but then Anakin would have to explain it why that's not
He
cool.
can't show it. He can't
No.
show it, right? Yeah.
And like, oh, yeah, maybe it's not cool to have a sitting senator on the nose of a ship, but right?
I guess Ryan's back. Or are we talking about Padme? We're not allowed to talk about Padme.
What?
Ryan's
Oh yeah,
show.
that's for another episode.
Yeah.
Or
Speaking
another
of other episodes and remembering
Yeah.
Ryan, you may know that the DL44 network is up here for sporadic, informative Star Wars content. And Ryan did his Unknown Region show a couple of weeks back, where they're exploring the maps of the Star Wars galaxies. And I believe we're due for another. So stay tuned. And if you haven't, please subscribe. Subscribe to DL44 Network. Sign up for it just to get the notifications. So make sure your notifications are on. Subscribe, likes are always good, or dislike. No matter what it is, the interactions are what we need to build up the love. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoy it, any of the content, subscribe, and you'll get notifications. So hopefully we're going to see some more of the Unknown Regions coming up. That'll be good. So stay tuned. Friday nights, you never know when you're going to get more of it.
All right. So
what else have you found? What about your
last
cockpit
thing? So we've got So that was the last thing I kind of discovered. Is the cockpit. So yeah, there's room for two. Man, this is the dangerous bit. Is like, I want to fill all the slots now because we have 2 pilot slots.
Yeah.
We have two slots in the ball turrets.
Yep.
And then we have 4 slots in the bay,
In the back.
the troop bay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, if you want to do the back hatch as well, technically.
And the cool thing about getting all the different sorts is that we also have a Yoda, right? Yoda came out with a Starfighter, so we also you could always recreate your favorite scene, in the drop off or whatever you need to do. So yeah, it's slippery. I remember you saying to me, you know what? I love these things. They look so cool. I'm enjoying them. I think I just want to get the original trilogy stuff. That's all I'm really interested in.
See, that was the mental gymnastics.
It's a slippery slope, my friend.
It's just that was me talking myself into it.
Yeah. No, I'm glad. I mean, now you got it out. This thing doesn't have any landing gear. She literally just sits down.
Yeah, just pops on the ground like that.
I have done, if you need it, I have done a clip that I managed to find out center of gravity on this big ass ship, because she's pretty heavy, right?
I guess that's part of the engineering problem you have to solve when you're making those clips, is where's the center of gravity, eh?
Right. So this thing will actually clip in there and stay there for you to use your generic bigger stands, plug her in the back. Now it will be a bit wobbly on these because it's heavy, but you're not gonna fly around with it. You're just gonna set it up. So yeah, so I'll have to make sure you get some of these now so that you can set these up and have them doing what they need to do at any given time. And we'll get you set up because you got to do something with it. So I'll make sure I feed you.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, if you send me if you've got STLs or whatever, I would be more than happy to. And you also have like a stand with an arm that you're mounting.
That's
to,
generic.
right?
That's why I wanted to do it. I didn't want to just do the whole stand because I wanted to find something which nowadays there's a lot of it out there. Go searching. I know Kevin Microfleet, who also does the Micro Galaxy Squadcast. He does some great stands because people are all in the same boat. But they want to get these things out and put them on display. But this is just a generic. You get like 20 or 30 in a box, and they usually come with the little pincers, on the end that go around the waist of your action figures, and then you can just put them on. But they seem common, and the ones I order, they all come in the same. So I just took the dimension of that pin size. I've actually printed off these pins too in case they break, and I'm just going to keep expanding on having something that's easy to find. And then you just need whatever, like this one was for the Jedi Starfighter, and I just make sure that you can put it in and it grips in there, and then you can just set these things up, right?
Nice.
So now you just need tons of these.
I love
They're
that.
easy to get and set up what you need. But
yeah, if you share me links and STL files, and I'll get my stuff stood up.
It's fun,
awesome.
man. It's fun
Yeah,
to figure
that's
out
such a
what
cool
to
way
do.
to display
It's fun to
it.
figure
I love
out what to do with them. I haven't figured out these ones yet. I think this is going to have to be the next one. I guess you don't want me to have you there anymore. Yeah, so this will be the next one. I got to figure out where to grab this so it can be displayed.
Yeah.
You know? It's there's so many of these out here now. Many different styles of these. I was kidding actually on Micro Galaxy Squadcast the other day. I said to Kevin, you need to make a stand that has a little motor in it for all the Anakin pack we're getting with all 4 crafts, so it can just slowly spin for Anakin. Yeah, someone needs to do that one. I don't know if I've got the patience all the time to add a
next
motor
engineering problem to solve.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let me see if I can get back to there. That's as best as I can get. I'll figure this out so I can get another guest on at a certain point where we're not all just staring at my green screen and my sexy hands. Jamie, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for letting me pop your cherry and, not peer pressure you. That was Paul.
No.
So I'm glad he was able to chirp in the chat and get you.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah. Cheers. Thank you so much for having me on. This was a ton of fun.
We needed to do it.
Cheers,
We had to get you on and get you unboxing.
I love it. Yeah. Now that it's done, the fear of unboxing other stuff is gone.
Right.
The only one that I still have a hesitation on is that the vault pack, the X-wings.
The X-wings, yeah, because it looks so. I mean, again, it's the. Hang on. Yeah, we're a different kind of adult.
We don't listen to you, Paul, because we're not adults. We listen to you because you're the Godfather. You're the OG.
Yeah, we just need that nudge. This is why we're doing it. There's no point doing this unless we, I stick to what we're going to do and open.
Well, it's so much more fun, right?
It is, and honestly, you don't know what you've got if you keep it in the box, and I get it, man. I get it. If you want to keep it in the box, it was hard to find, and you got it, but you don't know what it looks like. It's like when I did the Geonosian ship. The details that those guys have gone to inside the cockpit and all the little dials and all the little knobs, and it just looks so cool, and you're never going to see that.
Well, it's the crazy level of playability they add into these things. Like that you just don't experience if it's in the package.
Yeah. It's like Grosecki says, toys are made to be, and I agree with that. But there is also a need to preserve in a box something. I get that too, but the world is obviously an ever-changing place, and if you don't enjoy it now, you don't know if you're ever going to get to enjoy it. So I say, get on and enjoy it, man. You spent all that hassle, all that FOMO, all that nervous energy trying to track it down. Enjoy it, because I don't want to just sell it. I want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying them, and I'm glad you can see inside of the box what more you can get out of this, right? If you didn't open that LAAT, then you wouldn't. The funny thing is
you learned something today.
I don't know why. It's not written on the box on most of them. So the problem for me is I got to change that because I actually put lettering on my stand last time. I improved it
on the clip.
So I think I put LATT on there.
Yeah.
Not very clever in this corner. But hey, it's another thing that someone can give me grief for. I like, I'm open for that abuse. But yeah, there's so much more to appreciate once you get my box.
Absolutely.
If I was to buy a vintage TIE Fighter or a vintage X-Wing or a vintage B-Wing in box, I don't know if I would get it out. But I also have nowhere to stack those boxes.
Yeah.
So what do you do? And that's my hesitation right now, and all the new stuff we've got coming out is, what am I going to do with it? Where am I going to put it? I was hoping to do like an episode of Land Speeders. Land Speeder is one of my favorite little craft. It's got an emotional tie to me. It brings back a lot of good memories and of the old days. It's the craft I really enjoy, and I have several of them. And I was hoping to do the new Hasbro and unbox the one I got from Micro Galaxy. That one was really hard to find, but I want to get them out and just put them on my speeder shelf. But I received an email saying I now have to wait till September. So I don't know if that's the case, because I think Paul's already got his up in Canada. Hasbro, where's my speeder, man? And then I got a piece of information today saying that the Arc 170 that's coming out is also being delayed. So my pre-order of that has also been delayed. But man, I used to go out weekly to do a Target run, and I would stop at several different Targets and Ross's, because you never know what you're going to find at Ross. But I haven't done it for so long. I need to get back into doing that, because you never know what's going to be on the shelf, right?
Yeah.
You never know what's going to be on the shelf. Okay, I'm going to go back into here, Jamie. I dragged that one on a little bit too. Oh, Virginia's here. Virginia, hi. Thanks for coming in and joining. Who else have we got here tomorrow? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I agree. And I'm not to bring it down or anything like that, but like seriously.
Well, it's about seizing the day, right?
Yeah. I mean, I like it. And that's why I love doing this, is because I can enjoy it with someone.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're watching in there and chirping off in the chat, it's great to share this moment of I finally got it open. And have people.
Yeah, I love the experience of opening it and figuring out how it all works and everything like that.
Yeah.
It's great.
So what's next on your list, do you think? I mean, are you just literally waiting to see what you can find and see if have you now got a set that you want to complete?
I mean, so like I said, I've been fortunate enough to have very generous friends. So a lot of that is done. What I'm still after, I still need like any iteration of a TIE Interceptor or a Y-Wing.
Okay, and have you been looking on some of the online? Are you avoiding online, or are you just
I'm looking, but I'm being selective. And like I GameStop, it doesn't look like is gonna help. So it's mostly Amazon for me, but I do make it to my fair share of like cons and toy shows, that kind of thing. So I'll definitely be on the lookout there. But at this point, I feel like I just need to grab whatever I can see in person at this point.
Yeah.
I can't really afford to be choosy, I feel like.
Right. I mean, again, though, if you do have a wheelhouse you're going to stick into, that's not a bad way to go either, because you don't get the FOMO when they release something that isn't really in your wheelhouse.
100%. Yeah, and I'm definitely not out to collect one of everything.
Yeah.
So like anything original trilogy, I'm all over. Like I've got my Falcon. I've got a couple of AT-ATs now. I have the Emperor's Shuttle. I have a regular TIE Fighter, Snowspeeder, TIE Bomber. I would love to have an X-Wing, just a singular.
Paul is saying, didn't you get a TIE Interceptor?
Oh, damn it. Yeah, and to revisit, I know there was a Darth Vader tie in there, which I fucking love.
There is, yeah.
Paul, let me get back to you, man. Like I said, you're too generous, man. But I appreciate it. I will let you know.
That being said, I do have to say a big shout out, Paul, brother. You sorted me out. I needed this one to complete it. The Ahsoka chase. Now I do have the Ahsoka twin pack, but it doesn't come with the hyper ring, and I was getting a twitchy foot about not having the hyper ring. Love you, man. Thanks for sorting me out with that. I love this community, right?
Yeah,
the giving and the sharing and stuff. It's just so much fun because it's what makes us happy, man. It's what makes us happy. I can't wait to bust these ones open and get them out. It's really good.
Yeah, man.
He's convinced you got an interceptor.
Yeah, if he says it, it's got to be true.
I think I also have a spare as well if you need it.
Cool.
I did get a few of them, and I did forget I had them. I do believe I've got.
Cool. No, I will double check. But if Paul's saying it's there, I trust him implicitly. But yeah, other than that, if you see a Y-wing out in the wild, or even a singular X-wing, one that I wouldn't have the apprehension about getting it out of the plastic prison that I could bust out and get on a stand, I would love that.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Well, we need a list. We need a list of the searching, and the search will continue.
Yeah,
like I said,
100%. Like,
you know,
I know
we're all
Paul's
out
on the
there
lookout
looking.
for a Tri-Fighter and a TIE Striker.
Yeah,
Say
I
that
can't find
3
any
times
of them.
fast.
I can't
So
find any
yeah.
of them.
And likewise, Steve, like I know my odds of finding something before you do are low, but I've got my ear to the ground. So if there's anything you're looking for, let me know.
Right. Well, my wish list right now is if it's old, it's going to be the Crumb Bomber, because I'll probably find it. I'll probably move a box and find it. But the Crumb Bomber I can't find, and the probe droids. I want the probe droids. I want to complete
the probe droids. I will absolutely keep my eyes
complete
out
my
for.
Hoth. And I mean,
Yeah,
we all
we
don't
gotta
know
get
how
one
we're
for
going to get.
Paul, one for you. And
Yeah, well,
one
we'll
for
all
me.
keep getting them. We can never have too many probe droids, honestly. So we're all just keep grabbing them and going. And then D-Cirtle says this is actually true. So if no one has one, I can probably get you one.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take a look.
If you see one and don't mind ordering one on Amazon, I will send you money immediately.
Yeah, I'll check it out and chat with you later.
Love it.
And see what we can find out. Not on sale, but in stock. And again, if it's on there, it's not going to be pricey. The good thing about US Amazon, if there is anything good about Amazon these days, is that a lot of them will include a scout class.
Yeah.
So you may pay $1 or $2 more than a peg hanger, but you'll get a scout class with it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
One of the things that we saw the other day is they had the chocolate skiff, the terrible skiff that came out, the single pack skiff with no paint detail. It just looked like a shiny turd. That is obviously being got rid of for cheaper than, well, it's almost the same price as a scout class, and you get a scout class with it. So they're literally giving them away with a scout class.
Nice.
So that's also good.
Yeah, and the silly thing that GameStop is doing online in Canada, anyways, is they're with the ship class, or like the regular ships. They're not even letting you pick what you order online. Oh, they're like you pick, like you buy one from a series, and they're like you just get what you get.
Oh, I don't know if I like that.
No, I'm not willing to go in on that.
No, it takes me back to the days where we were ordering stuff on Walmart. I can't remember what dropped. Something dropped on Walmart, and you ordered it, and you would just end up getting the troop carrier, which was all over Ross. You know, a $4, can't get rid of it, and you
get the peg warmer.
It was the I think it was the pod racers. You ordered the pod racers on Amazon, and you would get a freaking
crap.
Troop
that's annoying.
You know? Yeah, that's. Yeah, D-Cirtle says you're 1,000% getting Ventress if you order like, oh my god, yeah. They need rid of. How many of those did they make? I always think we need to make a video of us playing badminton with that shuttlecock, and just launching them over a net with Assad ships. We'll launch that thing over a net and just have a game of badminton with it.
Right.
All right, dude. I am probably gonna round this one up here.
Hell yeah! Thank you again.
We got more open than we thought we'd get open.
Right.
I opened something I've been hesitating on open for a while. Again, everyone in the chat, thanks for joining in. If you can throw a like or a dislike, that would be really cool. And don't forget to subscribe. I don't think there's anything else I can think of right now just to wax lyrical about. Jamie, thank you for my Cobb Vanth. Appreciate it.
Oh, dude, it's the
thanks for joining me for coffee. I'm going to finish mine now.
Yeah, cheers.
Ready for the day. And everybody, have a great weekend. Enjoy whatever you end up doing. If you find toys, good on you. I'll try and say goodbye to everybody that's in the chat because I don't want to get told off by people for ignoring them. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining in. I know you get busy, man. So I really appreciate you joining. Really do. Thanks for coming in. VJ Baby, thanks for joining. Have a great day. D-Cirtle, thanks for joining. Did I put you up there? No, that's VJ Baby. D-Cirtle, there you go. Thanks for joining. And anyone else up here as I scroll back, if you're still in the chat, Grasecki, thanks for joining. Bit of Troll, always a pleasure to have you on board. Virginia, if you're still there, see you tomorrow. Everybody, Dole, if you're still here, thanks for coming in. Busiest man in the world. You know he's number 31 on Instagram. Crazy. Crazy. There we go. There's Ryan. Oh, you don't have to.
Man.
You know, but I appreciate if you do. Don't forget to like. All right, everybody, I'm going. I'm leaving. Jamie, we'll talk soon. We'll definitely get a list sorted out. Welcome to the fold. Apologies, but also excited for you to get into it.
No apologies needed. This is so much fun.
Yeah, I'm glad we can be doing it. All right, man. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend, everybody. And we'll see you on the next one pretty soon. Oh, you know what? Actually, before I do that, before you leave, Jamie, for the reruns as well, where can people find you if they want to see more of your beautiful face? I always forget this thing, and I just...
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I got used to having a guest.
You can find me locally if you're in Vancouver at any kind of charity events doing Star Wars and Ghostbusters charity costuming. You can find me on the Generation X-Wing podcast along with Steve's lovely face every second Thursday, typically doing one live.
Yeah, and normally we're reviewing 80s and 90s movies that...
Yeah, lots of movies.
Ones that are dear to our hearts, ones that we've forgotten about, and we just review and see if they stand up.
We just did Major League with Paul, which was so much fun. God, that was awesome.
Yeah, one of those movies that we didn't think would be as fun as it was, rewatching it, right?
Right. Yeah, I was a little apprehensive about suggesting a baseball movie to a British expat, but here we are.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun, man. And just quick, on the Generation X-Wing podcast YouTube channel, we have a Ghostbuster-centric series called Ready to Believe. It was basically my process of putting together a costume, and it's just grown beyond that. It's charity events, it's collecting, it's all that stuff, all things Ghostbusters.
Yeah, very cool. Check it out. It's always there. You don't have to watch it as it comes out. Just go back and watch the back catalog and catch up. Start from the beginning and enjoy. Perfect. All right. I will see you in a few days there, and I'll see everyone else again whenever I can. But it will be on here pretty much. And we'll see you all on the next show. Bye.